Hey guys. Um, yeah, last night I didn't put up the vlog for Extraordinary Machine Part 2, but I'm gonna do it now, and since it's Friday, so I'm pretty sure it'll be okay. I'll do the vlog for, this one right now that I'm doing is for Extraordinary Machine Part 2, pretty much, like, between the two that was, Part 1 and Part 2, by far one of the best episodes this season. I will do a promo predictions vlog tomorrow, and yeah, so I'm sorry for being late and not putting it on yesterday, but I had business to take care of, so let's get started. Last night's episode, Extraordinary Machine Part 2, it was the premiere of Roulette, and a lot of stuff happened with the Eli situation. But apart from that huge focus, there was Anya's storyline and Kenna's storyline. I'm about to sneeze, so if I sneeze in the middle of this video, excuse me. Okay. No, I'm not smoking CokeCrack. I'm not Anya. Anyways, speaking of Anya, let's start off with her since she's one of the minor, not minor characters, but one of the minor storylines for this episode. Anya decides to join the army, as we saw the foreshadowing with her sitting in the bathroom looking at the TV and the Air Force. She goes to apply, does the testing and stuff like that, and she goes home and she tells her mom, her mom's gardening in the front yard, and her mom basically freaks out because, her daughter wants to join the army in Afghanistan, and that's kind of really dangerous. So she tells Anya to listen to reason, and Anya goes, I'm done listening to everybody else. And at that point, it's definitely a turning point for Anya because she's finally doing something for herself, and she's not listening to what other people tell her to do, but at the same time she's been trying to do that for the past this whole entire season so far, and she's made some pretty bad decisions, like snorting CokeCrack. Yeah. Which isn't good at all. My puppy's sleeping on my bed. Cool. You want to see him? Her. See that black thing right there? See? That's her. She's really cute. She's a chihuahua. We call her Bear. Anyways, side distraction. I am so sorry. Yes, she basically, she tells her mom she's gonna apply to the army because that's really what she wants to do. And then a few days later, she gets not a few days later, that day, she gets a call from the army lady, and the army lady says they can't accept her because she failed the drug test because of the CokeCrack. See? CokeCrack comes back and bites you in the ass if you fucking snort it. So do not do drugs because it will ruin your life and all your chances of, getting better. Okay, well, not in Anya's case, because she gets a second try and she goes into this program where, it's a longer process to getting admitted, but since she really wants it, at the end of the episode, she really wants it. And before, she does get busted by her mom, though, before they go in to watch Love Roulette. Her mom finds her necklace with the coke inside, and basically the whole entire story is completely blown out, and it's all, she pretty much everything just comes out when her mom finds out. She says she's sorry, and pretty much she tries to put her life back together. So that's the Anya storyline. And at the end of the episode, they're in the car, and she tells her mom she still wants to go with the army, and she knows that even though her mom doesn't like it, that's really what she wants to do, which is finally her making a decision for herself and not just doing it for the heck of making her own decisions, the way she did with crack. So she's hopefully, I want to see, the end, it seems like that's going to be the ending of her storyline this episode, but I really hope it's not, because I want to see how things go with her, and I want to see her actually, pre-army, post-army with, the next seasons. I really hope they don't just, ship her away and that's it, the way they did with Darcy, and, freaking, let's go to Kenya. And I mean, yeah. but like I said, I mean, if they, well, never mind, they ship her off to Afghanistan, not Kenya, so it's not like she can have a threesome with Dr. Chris and Dr. Darcy. But, alright, that's it for the Anya storyline. Now for the Casey and Jenna, I've seen, like, that Casey and Jenna storyline and Baby Tyson, that definitely brought tears to my eyes. A lot of people were really emotional after that scene where, you know, slow music, dim lighting, they're getting ready to like give the baby up for adoption. Earlier in the episode though, Dave comes up to Casey and tells him that, you know, it wasn't cool to be like, no, I don't want to, you know, like he thinks, because Casey thinks that if, you know, he stalls the adoption, it's going to get him and Jenna back together, but it's not. And, you know, Dave pretty much tells him that, you know, it's not going to happen. And he finally, you know, decides, you know, he tells Jenna, you know, I want to support you in your decisions, and they go through with the adoption. The last scene they have together, you know, the child services lady takes baby Tyson away, and they're both crying. I was in tears this episode. They're both crying, and it broke my heart. It really did. It was so emotional. Like, I think the scene that got me most was when Casey was holding baby Tyson, and he was just like, you could see the sadness in, like, the two of them, Casey and Jenna. It was my cries. Oh my God. It was so heartbreaking. And I mean, Sam and Jessica, I mean, appreciation for they did an awesome job with the acting in that episode. That I was in tears. And so pretty much Jenna leaves after baby Tyson's taken away, and I guess that's the end of Kenna. I never really did like Casey, but I do feel sympathy for him. You know, he only wanted to keep the baby, and he only wanted to keep Jenna, but he fucked up, so he has to live with his own mistakes. And that's a lesson for you assholes out there who want to go and cheat on your girlfriends, okay? Just saying, don't do it, because you will fuck up. You will get caught. If you cheat, you will get caught, okay? So don't think you won't, because, no. Now, the big focus. Eli, Imogen, Claire, and Jake. So Eli pretty much comes, like, backstage the next day and pretty much tells Imogen that, you know, after we made out for an hour last night, I realized that the only thing standing in between Claire is Jake. What? Are you shitting me? What? I was just like, what? And, I mean, like, you could see Imogen's face, like, she was just... But the fact that even after that, she was still trying to help him, trying to talk to him. Like, she only... Yes, I understand Imogen is manipulative, and she's, like, not necessarily a good person. But, God, like, give her props for being so damn consistent, even after being hurt that many times by him. Like, she's crazy about him. Now, let's see. So he comes up with a plan to stash his pills into Jake's bag, call up, you know, the school and say that, you know, somebody's been dealing prescription drugs, and have Jake, you know, checked and searched, and then they'll find the pills in his bag, and then he'll get suspended. And he tells Imogen this plan, and she's like, why? Why do you have to do this? Like, you don't need to do this. And then pretty much, like, she's like, you don't need to do this. And he's like, yeah, I do. And he's like, what about us? She's like, what about us? Because obviously she still feels as if, like, they might have something, but they don't. So he pretty much, like, tells her, like, no, like, you can't, like, he's making, like, a comparison about, like, the way she likes him to how he likes Claire. And that's perfect right there. But the thing is, I wish he could see what he's doing to her, but he doesn't. I only have, like, 6 minutes left. So and he tells her, like, you have to get, you know, rid of the person that's in the way. And so she offers to help him out and put the, you know, things into Jake's bag. Turns out she puts the pills into Claire's bag, and Claire gets caught with the pills. This is where Eli completely flips out on Imogen and says, you mean to me what I mean to Claire, and I am nothing to Claire. That did it. I don't care if you like Eli. I don't care if you like Claire. I don't care if you hate or love Imogen. I don't give a shit. You don't fucking say that to somebody. Okay? Yes, I understand he's mad, but you don't hurt somebody like that. I don't care if they're a good person or they're a bad person. I mean, obviously, Imogen's not the worst person in the world. Like, she tried to help him, okay? So, I mean, yes, she was a manipulative bitch and she put it in Claire's bag instead. But look at, like, she's doing exactly what he's doing. Like, you can't sit there and hate her and not hate Eli. I hope, like, you people who are giving Imogen all this hate on Tumblr, like, you need to realize that what she did to Claire is exactly what Eli is doing, trying to do, okay, with Jake. Like, how can you hate Imogen and not hate Eli? Okay, that's so hypocritical. So think about that if you're a freaking hater. Like, fuck a weirdy hater, okay? I'm just kidding. I mean, I respect people's opinions and stuff, but, like, don't start hating just because of something, especially when, like, you don't think about it, okay? But you need to think about it. Like, Imogen acts the same way Eli does, and if you hate Imogen, then you might as well just hate Eli, because he acts even worse than she does, okay? So, after he says that, you know, the premiere that night, the opening night, pretty much she doesn't show up, and they don't have their leading lady, so Flawless Fiona pretty much takes over the role of Clara, and, you know, they try to make it through the scene. They're going, like, they make it eventually, slowly, over the whole entire play, and at the end, with that last scene, Eli completely loses it. And he has his own monologue on screen and on stage. That monologue, honestly, like, it really like made me cry. Like, it was sad. I mean, like, yes, I'm angry at Eli for, you know, hurting Imogen like that, but it's sad. Like, he has his own problems, and, you know, he just needs help. He really does just need help. And so, after his breakdown, apparently, after his whole entire breakdown and monologue that completely wasn't part of the script, like, he gets a standing ovation, and apparently they think he's a genius, which I guess he is. Yep, he completely, you know, he goes back on stage alone, and his dad, Bullfrog, comes over and talks to him and tells him that, you know, I know you're not, you know, taking your pills anymore, and this isn't good. And he just, like, that scene between father and son was so, that was just perfect, honestly. It made me really emotional. This whole entire episode made me emotional. I was just like, oh my god. But yeah. And then, at the end of the episode, pretty much everything's over. Claire writes the issue on the play, but there's no quote from him because he pretty much disappeared. Bullfrog pulls Eli out of school so that, you know, he can take a few days off to, you know, get help, get therapy, family therapy, and other stuff like that to, you know, make him feel better. And he says he wants to feel better for himself, not to get Claire back. But at the end of the episode, he's walking, and then Claire comes out of the newspaper room, and she watches him, and she looks at him, you know, behind him, and he smiles as if he knew she was looking at him, but we don't know that. Yeah. So pretty much that's it. That was the episode from last night. It was intense. And the promos from next week is just, I will have that video up tomorrow. I'm not going to talk about it now, but I need to rewatch the promos for Much Music and from Team Nick, and then I will put a vlog up for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this vlog. I didn't talk too much this time, but I hope it was still good quality for you guys. But that's it. So, rate and like and follow Tumblr. If you guys don't have my Tumblr already, you should probably have it because I've been, like, putting it on the descriptions now. I'm not gonna put it on thing here anymore. I'm too lazy to annotate anything. So, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Catch up on the other vlogs and stuff like that, and tune in tomorrow for the promo predictions. And that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.